Ribbonet joints are carried out whenever there is a need to connect two ribbonet ends together, known as a straight joint, or when ribbonet needs to be split, known as a branch joint. Ribbonet itself is made up of either 12mm tubes or 5mm tubes, or a combination of both. Direct buried product has a green outer sheathing that is strong and durable, with the exception of ruggedized cable, which is black and strengthened with lengths of wire on each side. These products can be buried directly into the ground. Direct install product is black in colour and does not have a strong outer sheathing. It must therefore be installed in either 50 or 100mm ducts. Full detailed information on Ribbonet jointing can be found on the Chorus portal. Once logged in, navigate to Workstreams, and then to ultra-fast broadband. Type in microduct jointing into the search field and open the document Fibre to the Premises, FTTP, microduct jointing. Mastic joints can be used for both straight and branch joints. Mastic joints can accommodate a slight bend and are therefore a good option if the ribbonet ends you are connecting do not lay perfectly side by side. Before you begin a 26-way mastic joint, make sure that you have a ratchet cutter and other essential stripping tools, insulation tape, a 12mm tube connector, 5mm tube connectors, screwdrivers, scissors, a marker pen, continuity tape, mastic tape, and metallic liners. Prepare for the join by cleaning both ends of the 26 ways with a moist cleaning cloth. Cut the end of one 26-way with a ratchet cutter where you intend for the join to finish. Next, use the metallic liners to judge where you will need to cut the second 26-way. The join should be long enough to allow the connectors to be spaced evenly, but not so long that it requires more than 3 metallic liners to close. After cutting the second 26-way, use the metallic liners to judge the points where the green sheathing should be stripped to. Strip the green sheathing from the 26 ways down to these marks. Next, make marks on the black sheathing 50mm from the end of the green. Ring cut at this point and remove the black sheathing. Using the stripping cords, cut 20mm tabs in the remaining black sheathing and loop the cords 3 to 4 times around the tabs to tie them off. It is important that the stripping cord is tied off to prevent it being pulled through when future joins are made on the same 26-way. Once both ends of the 26-way have been prepared in this way, you can manage the tubes by sorting them by colour. Begin the join by connecting the 12mm tube with the 12mm connector. The connectors are transparent to allow for visual inspection of the fibre passing through and are designed to operate at 10 bar pressure without leakage. The connectors should be stored in original plastic bags or clean containers and checked before being connected to tubes to ensure no dust or dirt has settled on them. Next, connect the 5mm tubes using the 5mm tube connectors. Make sure your tube cutter is sharp, as a blunt blade will compress the tube ends, creating bad connections. Tube connectors should be spaced out evenly to prevent the overall width of the join becoming too large. If you accidentally cut off any tube labels, the tubes must be relabeled with tube numbers using approved labels only. For details on which tubes to connect to which, you can refer to the Ericsson DB Ribbonet Quick Reference Guide. Make sure you collect all tube cut-offs and other rubbish. Once all tubes are connected, you can measure and cut the continuity strap. Fold the ends of the continuity strap 4 times in order to form a thicker layer. Then insert the ends under the black tabs and wrap the tabs several times in electrical tape, stretching the tape slightly to increase the pressure, ensuring a good connection. Continuity straps should be used to connect the main 26-way or 12-way. They should not be used to connect branching 7, 4 or single ways. To close the joint, fit the metallic liners in place, making sure the crowns of the liners extend fully over the green sheathing. Tape the metallic liners in place so that the crowns overlap each other. For long joins, you may need to use up to 3 liners. The joint should now be wrapped in a layer of insulation tape with the sticky side facing out. This will make it possible to open the joint at a later date. Measure and cut 2 lengths of mastic tape long enough to overlap the green sheathing at either end by 50 mm. The mastic tape can then be applied to the joint starting with the underside. Mastic tape should be stretched on but not overly stretched to the point where it becomes too thin. The second piece of mastic tape can then be applied to the top. After the mastic tape has been attached, wrap a final layer of insulation tape around the joint with a 50% overlap and extending at least 20 mm past the mastic tape at each end. Make sure to stretch the insulation tape so the mastic tape is held tightly. In the case that you are closing a branch joint using mastic tape, apply the insulation tape sticky side up over the metallic liners. At the branch, tape between and around the entire branch area several times. Next, prepare a small piece of mastic tape approximately 100 mm long and remove a triangle from each side to make a butterfly shape. Fold the butterfly-shaped mastic lengthways and insert it between the 26-way and the branch. It can then be gently stretched around the branch area. Two lengths of mastic tape should then be attached as previously shown for the straight joint. The final layer of insulation tape can then be applied and wrapped between and around the branch area. Occasionally you will need to reopen a mastic joint. To do this, you should use a sharp knife. Carefully cut horizontally along the joint closure, taking care not to damage the metallic liner. As the sticky side of the inner tape is facing outwards, the closure should open easily. MDCC kits or micro duct cable closure kits are fast and easy to install with a quick re-entry process. They are a good option for boundary drops and other branch joints. The gel sealing system provides a waterproof seal that, when installed correctly, can remain in water as deep as 1 meter. Each MDCC kit comes with the closure body, the wedge, installation instructions, a 6-port gel block, 6 dummy rods, a 6-port gel block cover, a 12-way drop gel block, 2 12-way adapters, cable ties, cleaning tissue, and a continuity strap. MDCC kits can be fitted to both 26-way Ribbonet or on 12-way Ribbonet with the use of the 12-way adapters. The drop port on the MDCC kit can be fitted with up to 6 single ways or a single 12-way. To prepare for the join, you will need to clean the part of the 26-way where the join will be made. Make a ring cut on the green sheathing. Mark 320 mm down from this point. And ring cut again, removing the green sheathing from this section. Mark 50 mm in from each end on the black sheathing, and ring cut the black sheathing at both these points. Use a small screwdriver or similar tool to locate the stripping cord beneath the black sheathing. Then use this cord to strip the black sheathing from the 26-way. Using the sheathing cord again, cut tabs in the black sheathing in the same way as previously described for the mastic joint. Locate the tubes required for the join you are doing. Cut these tubes, leaving them longer on the opposite side to which the single ways will enter the clamshell. You can then use tape to keep these tube ends in place and attach end caps to the shorter end tubes. Attach the continuity strap in the same way as shown for the mastic joint. In the case that you are doing boundary drops with single ways, you will need to insert the 6-port gel block cover into position in the closure body, and then insert the microduct ends into the 6-port gel block. Make sure to place dummy rods in the ports where there are no single ways. Position the clamshell under the join and attach it firmly with a cable tie at each end. Place the block with the single ways prepared earlier in the clamshell case, ensuring it is clipped in. Connect each single way to the correct tube number using tube connectors, taking care not to crush or damage the tubes. After all required tubes are connected, the clamshell can be closed. and then clamped tightly at each end by tightening the screws. Straight joins are a strong, watertight solution and are a good option if you are connecting two 26 ways that line up well side by side. For a straight joint, you will require all the usual stripping and jointing tools, as well as an orange straight joint closure with rubber end fittings, cable ties, and easy wrap. After cleaning, make sure the two 26 ways are laying parallel to each other, and position the orange cover where the join will be made. Mark on each 26 way 50 mm in from the end of the orange cover, and cut the 26 ways at these points. Mark on each 26 way where the other 26 way ends, and remove the green sheathing for each down to these marks. Prepare the ends in the same way as for the mastic joint, by leaving 50 mm of black sheathing after the green and tying off the stripping cord. Fit one rubber end fitting to the orange closure and slide this over one end of the 26 way. The other rubber end fitting can then be slid over the other 26 way. Attach all tube connectors in the same way as for mastic joints, making sure to space the connectors out so the closure will fit. If you do accidentally cut a tube too short, you can fix this by cutting the tube back a little further, then lengthening the tube using an offcut with the same tube number and an additional tube connector. Connect the continuity strap in the same way as described for mastic joints. A layer of easy wrap at this point can help protect the connectors from being knocked by the closure as it is fitted over the join. The rubber end fittings should be pushed firmly into place and cable ties used to fasten them firmly both to the 26 way and the orange closure. All microduct ends must be sealed before they are buried. If this is not done, water may seep into the tubes. To seal a microduct end, place the appropriate sized heat shrink end cap over the microduct end and apply heat from the top down. The duct end can now be safely buried. Before being backfilled, a layer of soft sand is required around all joints, and chorus marker tape must be put in place. As you leave, make sure you have all your equipment, and please take any rubbish away with you. For more information on Ribbonet jointing, refer to the document Fibre to the Premises FTTP Microduct Jointing.